Hello and welcome to Cricket Country's live coverage of the second test match between India and New Zealand. I'm Kaustubh Maikar, this is Devachit Verma, today's expert. Well, day one, session one, and India are already stuttering at 57 for 3. Well, Devachit, there was a tinge of grass on the track and Virat Kohli decided to bat first. He had Bhuvaneshwar Kumar instead of Umesh Yadav. I think it was a wise decision.
India selected this as almost the same playing 11, right? Bhuvaneshwar came in place of Umesh Yadav, and there were a couple of changes in New Zealand side. Obviously, there was a forced change in terms of Shikhar Dhawan coming in for KL Rahul. But India did back themselves to score big runs on this wicket. What they would have thought was probably the first hour or the first session could be a little tough for their batsmen, but not going forward into the match. So if they were able to see off the initial overs or initial a couple of few hours, they will be able to bat a little long on this wicket. But looking at the way New Zealand bowled, New Zealand are a very quality seam attack, and this is what we expected them to do in England. Unfortunately, they could not do it last year. They got a good wicket today, and they bowled very good lines.
But Virat Kohli at the toss said that he wants to continue the domination. So is it necessary for a particular team to bat first to dominate, or is it's okay to sometimes take a step back, maybe bowl first?
No, it's not about batting first is an aggressive move, or a batting first will give you the edge. What the captain feels or what the team management decides, that's the most important point. Because India may be playing a number of bowlers, like they've been playing 5 bowlers of late. But the fact that remains is India are a batting heavy side, and that is what they depend on. Well, the reason why they are playing so many bowlers is because they don't feel that 4 bowlers or 3 bowlers are not going to take those 20 wickets to win the test matches. You can score as many as you want. You can score 800 runs as well. But if you're not going to take those 20 wickets, how are you going to win the matches? So that is where they're on the back foot already. And if they're electing to bat first, that is where they think they are strong. This is why they are batting first.
Well, there was another statement he made at the toss which took us aback. He said that Shikhar Dhawan is a natural replacement for KL Rahul.
Correct.
Given that there's Gautam Gambhir, he was once number 1 test batsman. So do you think Shikhar Dhawan failed?
Yes.
It happens. I mean, it was inside edge onto the stumps, but the short selection wasn't there.
Yes.
So do you think Gautam Gambhir should have played?
First of all, I'd like to say it was very, very unfortunate for Dhawan to be in such a kind of situation, because it's not his fault. I mean, there are many batsmen. Look at Ross Taylor for that example. He continues to get the plays, but he gets 1 or 2 hundreds per year. Right. So that's a fact. And that is what the numbers say. He got 2 big hundreds in Zimbabwe. He made most of the opportunity against a very ordinary bowling attack. But when he went to South Africa, there was not a single double innings score, is what I remember. Probably if he would have got, I think 11. So that was the highest he got. Now looking at Dhawan, he's in an unfortunate spot, because there is Indian team is spoiled for choices, and there is a very tight competition between the options that are available. But at the same time, if there is one question about how Dhawan becomes a natural selection in place of Rahul, only Virat Kohli can explain it, because we will not be able to decipher what this means. Because if you're batting first, if you're batting first, sorry, you're looking to score big runs. You have a batsman in your ranks who averaged 75 with a pink ball tournament. So you're obviously, the logic says you're going to back him. And Gambhir it is, of all people. So if you're not going to take Gambhir, if you're going to take Dhawan, who has been known for his inconsistency as much as he's known for his aggressiveness and all. So this is where probably they slightly went wrong, and unfortunately for Dhawan, that inside edge went onto the stumps, because it clipped the leg stump. It could have missed, it could have survived, it could have gone on for 18 after an hour later. But it is how it was meant to be.
Well, Virat Kohli usually goes for horses for courses, and so far in his captaincy career, he has never made he has never played with the same playing 11.
Correct.
So does that horses for courses goes for a toss? Because India needed someone like rock solid Gautam Gambhir, and then all of a sudden he goes for Shikhar Dhawan.
See, rock solid Gautam Gambhir is what the paper promises, or the number promises. How the batsman is going to bat on that particular day, or in those kind of situations. You look the initial couple of balls which New Zealand bowlers bowled. Excellent bounce, excellent pace. I mean, it looked like for a moment that it was not Kolkata, it was probably Wellington or Auckland, or probably one of the most seaming wickets in England. It's hard to pick, definitely not Lords. So Gambhir did promise a lot. So did Dhawan. They decided to go with Dhawan because Dhawan has been around the Indian team a lot. He knows he's the one who is the who is having the more bitter taste, you can see, of being in and out of the team, of being in the competition, because Gambhir just got off a chance out of the blue. Okay, he was there in the contention before the start of the series as well. The selectors did not think about him at all, so he would have taken that, swallowed that bitter pill, thinking that okay, I'm not in the fray at all. But there was Dhawan. He's like spending sleepless nights. Why am I not there? Why am I not there? And now that finally he has got a chance,
Oh, well,
unfortunately, it went away from
I
him.
think we have second innings to decide that.
Let's see how India
Yeah,
bats, because India will have to
have to.
have at least
300 to 350 on the score.
350 is the safest score,
Yeah.
safest at pass score you can say in the test matches that are being played of late, because we don't see batsmen batting for very very long time.
Yeah.
And let's see how many Indian batsmen can dig in, and it's a big challenge again at the same time for Rohit Sharma. His love affair should resume at Kolkata now.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But talking about the track, if you bowl outside off stump, there's extra pace.
Yes.
If you bowl in the line of stumps, there's uneven bounce. New Zealand, especially Matt Henry, bowled in that corridor of uncertainty, and he bowled absolute Jaffa to Murali Vijay.
That is, yeah, even to Murali Vijay, and one of a few deliveries to Cheteshwar Pujara as well.
Yeah.
And that is what you have to give it to New Zealand bowlers, because they know what it is to be done.
Yeah.
Indian seamers, you can give them the best of the wickets, but they have the tendency of squandering it.
Yeah, yeah.
But not the New Zealand bowlers. This is what they are credited for.
Yeah, that's the
They can win
discipline.
test matches in UAE. They can definitely win test matches in India.
India as well.
Let's not give New Zealand or any. Let's not be in a position that we are not giving New Zealand any chance at all.
Well, talking about Virat Kohli, since his double-hundred in West Indies, he hasn't scored a single 50. Yet again, he played a lovely cover drive to start with, but it was Trent Bolt who had the final laugh.
Unfortunately, yes. Kohli has been probably a little short on temperament as far as Test cricket is going, because the idea of aggressiveness and idea of approaching the innings with a lot of positivity and aggressiveness has been deep rooted in his mind.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to be be at the top against the bowler, you will have to go for the shots all the time, or even if he tries and gives you width, and that is what the setup was done by Trent Bolt.
Yeah, he looked comfortable when he came, but it's the kind of dismissals, the mode of dismissals that have been bogging him down.
He did see Virat Kohli is a quality batsman, and
Yeah.
that is and quality. One thing which the quality batsmen do is they learn from their last mistakes right there, right at that moment. New Zealand did attack Virat Kohli on the leg side, short bowling. They had a leg slip in
They had
place.
a
They had
plan
a
in
leg
place.
belly kind of in place. But Virat Kohli did not go for a single stroke at all. So that is something which you have to give it to Virat. But then again, being enticed with the ball outside of your batting on a wicket, which you expect to ease down as the match progresses, you will definitely go for the shots.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I think he needs
it
to
didn't come
learn
out
to
from
let
right
the balls
path.
go outside off stump. Something he's been
See-
troubled with for the past 2 or 3 years.
See, the point is the analysts, the cricket experts can go on talking endlessly about what the batsman should do and what the batsman should not do.
Yeah.
You can talk about batsmen when they are struggling.
Yeah.
You can talk about batsmen who are of not very high quality, but they are still around international cricket. There are far too many of them.
Yeah.
But if you're talking of a player like a quality of Virat Kohli, or say Joe Root, or say Steven Smith, or say Kane Williamson, or even A.B. de Villiers, you cannot really do an analysis, because these are the best men you have around. And if you are not giving the enough room for them to make comments in whatever game, see, anyway they are learning, they're losing. They're learning, they're losing. I mean, it's like that. They learn every.
But he
new lesson
eventually
every day.
manages to win the test match. So
Exactly, winning is most important, and
important.
that is what Virat Kohli has laid down to his entire team.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
winning is most important, and that is what you have to work for.
well, Cheteshwar Pujara yet again has managed to score some runs. He was very positive at the start of the innings. He played his shots. He left the balls outside the off stump. He looks good for a good score. doesn't he?
Cheteshwar Pujara, he has been looking very, very good for good scores, but let's see. I mean, he will have to now drop the anchor completely, and the others who are left in the batting order.
Yeah.
Ajinkya Rahane is right now batting with him. Then
Rohit Sharma is
Rohit
set to
Sharma
come.
is there.
Yeah.
Then we have Ravichandran Ashwin with Adhiman Saha, and then Bhuvneshwar Kumar, and
Mohammad
the
Shami.
local boy Mohammad Shami. So
Yeah.
India does have a lot
Does
of
have.
batting, but what India will have to approach from now onwards is
Yeah.
Cheteshwar Pujara to drop the anchor. Forget about the strike rate, which we spoke between the first and the second set.
Yeah.
Okay, keep getting the runs, but not at the cost of your wickets.
Yeah.
You need to have at least close to 400 on this wicket to challenge New Zealand, because if it is going to seam or swing with the new ball, then Indian seamers, India have Mohammad Shami, who has been bowling beautifully, and then there is Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who has rediscovered himself as a quality swing bowler.
Well, we know what India needs to do.
Yes.
The wicket will ease down.
Yes,
The
that is
sco-
what we expect.
Yeah, there will be scorching heat. There's
Correct.
humidity already.
Correct.
New Zealand bowlers showed some signs of tiredness.
Tiredness.
Yes. So what do they need to do? I mean, they are in a good position to dominate India.
Yes.
2 more sessions to go.
I hope they would have watched how Australia dominated England in 2014, 13-14 Ashes.
Yeah.
It was hot, but it was not humid.
Yeah.
But it was not. I mean, not because of this. Australia had Mitchell Johnson or their good fast bowlers bowling in 4-over spells. This is something which New Zealand can try and do.
Yeah.
Get your quality bowlers, give your quality bowlers enough amount of rest out there in the middle, because India will look to take it. India will look to spend time at the wicket, and India will expect the wicket to ease down, which eventually it will. And it will start turning as well. So we'll have to see how much turn the new guy Jitan Patel gets, or how much turn Mitchell Santner has been able to extract. Because so far the spinners have not looked very, very promising. Only the seamers have looked. But you cannot depend on seamers, because it is going to drain a lot out of their bodies. They will feel tired at some point of the time. So if you bowl them in short burst, that may probably will help.
So it depends everything on the stand-in captain Ross Taylor.
Yes, stand-in captain Ross Taylor, who is desperately in need of runs.
Yes.
More than a win.
Well, we have witnessed some quality test cricket in the first session. Bowlers dominating the batsmen scoring runs. Well, that's it from us. For more cricketing action, log on to cricketcountry.com. See you in the second session.
Thank you.